Yo, I'm back. We're looking at a new Dark Magician deck profile. This guy came second in his locals. Let's see what he played against.
I played uh, Shark Control. It was basically Crooked Cook Lockdown,
Yep.
which I stopped him from getting in the Crooked Cook anyway. So I won that game. Played against Zombies, tied against Dinos, and the fourth game was I was playing against Dogmatica. What was it?
Oh, Cosmo?
Cosmo.
Oh, you
Dogmatica.
played against Cosmo? Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool.
So,
Okay.
yep, ended up, 3.
What? So in the finals, he played... Oh, the finals or the last round, he played against Cosmo Dogmatica. Alright, well, off the bat, this doesn't sound like the most competitive locals, but that is okay. We will nevertheless pursue forward and see what the list looks like.
0-1.
Right on. Who won the tiebreaker to win first place?
You did, Josh. You did, Josh.
All right, man. Let's see what you got, buddy.
Okay, so starting off the main deck.
Yeah.
Double copy Dark Magician. 3 comes in handy, but I like 2 just because of what I'm kind of
I only
playing.
run the 2 dark
This is a very good start, and that red eyes is very sexy. Very nice red eyes.
magician and dark magician deck. You are insane.
And then the other vanilla red eyes.
All right.
So, running the ritual package now. Okay, so here's my spicy tech. Right?
This is right. It's a searcher for a searcher.
It is.
Yeah.
What the hell? His spicy tech is our tech. What? He made this? What the hell? Guys, did you know I stole my tech from Casey Bishop?
Okay, so I read preparation rights in here. So at some point I'm gonna see this in preparation.
Hey, this is crazy. I never said this man could use my tech. That's it. I'm calling up. Yes, hello. Yes, this is an emergency. I've actually got someone on YouTube here who's stolen one of my pieces of cardboard. No, not literally. No, they're just using their version of it in their deck. But I didn't say they could do that.
Rights. So I figured, what better than if because they can't Ash Anaconda. So you just do this, and then it stops like impermanent
protects
effect
your
there,
Anaconda
for your
from
Anaconda.
It's good. It's good.
So that was kind of like my spicy tech.
Okay.
And it's a dragon. It's a light dragon.
I told you.
Well,
I begged you not to put that in there.
It came in
It still
clutch.
worked.
It came in clutch. For the rest of the monsters, we run 3 rod, 3 souls. You know what these do? This puts in work. Obviously,
Yeah, we
just
do-
the draw and the fact.
We don't have to talk about these cards. Like, they are very well established.
Run this guy.
So send one spellcast monster, 1 spell trap that lists Dark Magician, and then from your hand to face the field, special them, and then you can use them as fusion material to go to hard make Dragoon.
Right.
Dark Magician Girl, and I run an Alistair package.
Oh, okay. So we got some invoked going on here.
So, kind of like a quick combo. Like you do your Alistair stuff so that you bait out their negates, like their Ash and all that whatnot.
Right.
And then that's when you play your Dark Magician cards, and you basically just go into Anaconda using Artemis, which you're going to link off with him, and the Souls. And then you basically end up with Macabre and the Dragon.
Yeah, that's really good, because I used to play like Invoked Dragoon, and we did play Magician Souls as the extender to get to Anaconda. And what's really nutty, as he said, is you get to the Mecha Bar before you get to the Anaconda, so naturally you just have a free negate ready to go. As long as you have a card in hand that lines up with the card your opponent's going to use, so if they have Imperm, you need a trap. If they just Effect Veiler, you need a monster. And you should always have the monster because you use Invocation Engraved to add Alistair back to hand, so it's actually really good. Obviously it means you can't normal summon your Rod, so in a deck like this, I would probably opt for 2 Circle, 2 Eternal Soul, just because you're not going to get that Rod search quite as much. You can definitely play Allure of Darkness in a deck like this too, just because there's so many random dark cards and like multiple normal summons.
It's pretty good.
2 negates.
So around Circle at 3, Servant at 3, typical stuff. And then the preparation rights.
Okay.
So for the
Well, at least the prep is at 3. The 3 circles a bit worrying, but if I were to play 3 circle, 3 Eternal Soul, for example, in a deck with like Alistair, I would be playing maybe like 1 Rod or like 2 Rod, and I would use the heightened ratio of Circle and Eternal Soul to justify, the whole Dark Magician engine. I don't know, like you see Alistair, like I've played Invoked Dark Magician a lot, to be honest. Maybe some. I don't think I've ever talked about it on the channel, but I have played it a lot. Ask any one of my locals. And I think the most interesting thing about it is you can still open 4 Dark Magician cards, 1 Alistair, and guess what gives you the most value? Yeah, the 1 Alistair. So, like, for example, imagine opening Alistair, Circle, Soul Servant, and you're like, cool, I have like 2 pieces of the Dark Magician puzzle. But you don't have the 3rd piece, so it's kind of irrelevant, And that's the real problem with playing Dark Magician in other engines. I'm happy to show you guys builds where you play Dark Magician with other engines because, that makes it fun, interesting, it's new. But you do have to kind of understand you are pretty much just playing a worse version of that deck. So in this case, this is just a worse version of Invoked because it's less consistent, because you're essentially nerfing the deck's consistency. Invoke's honestly better with like 4 hand traps, right? In the hand. Alistair and 4 hand traps. So instead you're going Alistair and like 3 Dark Magician cards that don't really get you very far. Once again, I'm not shitting on Dark Magician. I'm just stating a fact. The DM cards do not do a lot, especially on their own. So if you were to draw a hand of hand traps, Alistair, and like one Dark Magician card, that one Dark Magician card is essentially like doing nothing. And you really feel that when you play it alongside an engine like Invoked.
Other spells? I'll run the Salvation.
Field spell. Tell us about Salvation.
Okay, so Salvation.
Oh man, we got another classic. We got another classic of 1 Red Eyes Fusion but 3 Circle. Coming back to the whole Schism versus Shaddoll Fusion argument, you wouldn't see a Shaddoll deck playing 3 Schism and 1 Shaddoll Fusion, so it is weird to me that people play pretty much that ratio for Dark Magician. I don't know what else to say anymore. I understand you're playing an Invoked like version where you don't necessarily want to draw the Red Eyes Fusion because you want to send it off Anaconda. You still have to play at least 2 ref guys, because if you do open that Red Eyes Fusion, well, your Anaconda plays out the window. So it is better just to play more copies of ref. I don't know how many times I'm going to stress this. More copies of ref, guys. More copies of ref.
When it's activated, you can set one Eternal Soul, and then if a Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl is special summoned from the grave, you can special summon another one.
Okay.
Or the other one.
Just helps you extend.
Yeah, it helps you extend the next turn.
Alright.
Like one card I might cut from this deck, and I might get a lot of flack from this, but
You would cut the Miracle Fusion?
Magic Light Fusion. I don't cut it.
Why do you want to cut this? Yeah, I know that it's a brick, but bro, did you just see your 3 circles back there? Maybe you should look at those first.
Or I don't use it. I don't ever get into it. It's usually like a turn 1.
What? He's saying turn what?
They kill Anaconda anyway, and then you just kind of like it's a draw card thing. I might just cut it for something else.
Turn 1 they kill Anaconda, and then it's just a draw card. If your Anaconda resolved and you drew Magicalized, you should be making your second Dragoon. I don't understand. What are you talking about? Especially if you're playing Invoke doesn't have any spellcaster. But it gives you another spellcaster engrave. You can play like Quintet along with that as well. I don't understand that logic. I can understand someone being like, Magicalized Fusion is a brick, right? I have a good pal of mine who plays DM, and he's like, Magicalized is a brick. He still plays it, but, he's like, it's a bad card. It's a brick. It is. It definitely can be. But you know what's worse, bricks? 90% of the DM cards. So before you want to cut a card that gives you Dragoon, think about cutting a Dark Magician spell trap back to a smaller ratio, because they're very searchable through Rod and Soul Servant. Not to mention Magicalize with Magician Souls, which is very searchable now thanks to Illusion of Chaos, can make you a Dragoon off the bat if you're playing Imdark. If you're not playing Imdark, well, that's on you, buddy. That's your own fault.
Called by, came clutch against Josh, my good old buddy.
Yeah, it's the only way you won that game, yeah.
Okay.
3 Meltdown.
3 Meltdown. So this is good because you can just send it off of Souls to draw additional one, but it's basically just there to search out.
That is the best interaction of Meltdown in Dark Magician. You can use Magician Soul Saver for free. Like, yeah, the Protector Fusion when it's summon effects, great. But normally you don't care about that, especially going first. Like, we're not playing Shaddoll, so we don't have, like, 1,000 effects resolving, and we want them to resolve under Meltdown so they can't be responded to. So, it's honestly just really good to be able to send the field spell away for draws, which is why I wanted a field spell in Dark Magician for so long. And Salvation sucks. Like, straight up, compare Salvation to Meltdown. Like, Meltdown is just an infinitely better card. Salvation should honestly hop in the bin.
You discard fodder if you need it.
Okay. But yeah, so you just send it off Souls from the field and then draw a card. So, and then the one Invocation. I only run one because I don't run anything like Desires or anything. I don't really want to see it. I want to search it.
Yeah.
So, and it recurs itself back. So, next turn I'll just normal Alistair. Go on my plays. For my traps, I actually only run 5 traps. I run 2 Eternal Soul. You don't want to run at 3, you still can, but...
You run 5 traps?
Yep.
Wow, dude, it seemed like there's so much more than that when I was playing.
And then I run 3 Judgment just because I don't want them to like blow up my back row. And also just stopping a normal summon sometimes just completely stops the deck.
Actually, Judgment's like a very good call here, because think about it. He's playing the Alistair thing. He could get to Mechaba, Anaconda Dragoon, and like a Judgment, and like, who's playing through that, man? That's really nice, actually. So yeah, props to my man. Like, the list is a cool idea, and I've definitely dabbled in Invoked DM before. I think he's got a pretty good grasp of the deck, except for his Circle Take. His Circle Take is the strangest part, and the Magicalized Fusion Take. I would switch those takes around, and then he's kind of on the right track. Play 1 Circle, and no, don't play 3 Magicalized. Just play 1 of each. Sorry, that was a terrible comparison. Just play 1 of each, and like, he'll have a lot more success. I did notice no hand traps, which is interesting, especially with Invoked, because hand traps complement Invoked very well. But anyway, I mean, they used to complement Invoked very well. You just have Artemis now. You don't really.
That was kind of that for the main deck. For the extra. For the fusion, we do the 1 Master Chaos. Never made them. Never actually made the.
Notice what he says here about each fusion.
Made the Dragon Knight. 2 Red Eyes, Dragoon.
2 Dragoon.
Only ever made 1. Dark Magicians.
Okay, I understand not making Master of Chaos. I understand not making Dark Magician of the Dragon. They just don't come up enough. How did he only make one Dragoon? Like, I guess he's making Mechaba and Dragoon turn 1. So I guess that's kind of like the same as double Dragoon, it's just 2 negates. So I guess, in a way, he has a more consistent way to like a double pseudo Dragoon turn 1. So the second Dragoon doesn't come up as much, but I would probably still play the Magicalized Fusion. I think it's still good to play. But I believe he's going to say he wants to cut it because the second Dragoon never come up. But I think that's very silly. Like, we're playing Dark Magician. Dragoon is objectively the best card in the deck. Like, people are screaming for this card to be hit on the ban list. So, if anything, you need to play it at a higher ratio just to make people mad more than anything. Some people will scoop upon seeing this card. I wonder if he summoned the Dark Magicians. I'm sure he did, because it's the most generic of the 3 extra fusions here. That's the problem. Like, Dark Magicians, while it's the easiest one to summon, it's not really a good one. It's okay. It's helped me a lot in Master Duel, not so much TCG.
Makaba, which this put in some work against zombies.
Oh, okay.
And then the Kaliga for any like virtual world players. You know what I mean?
Right. You don't run Quintet or any of those?
Nope.
Okay.
For the XE monsters, I run the Ebon Illusion Magician, which I didn't make any of these by the way, but just for
Right,
fun.
big guy.
And then I run the 89 Diablo.
Dude, let me tell you a story.
Playing Ebon, playing number 11 Big Eye, and he didn't make them. Almost crazy that getting 2 level 7s on the field turn 1 or turn 2 is pretty much impossible. Hey, who would have guessed? Unless you're playing 10 Year Shooter and a bunch of level 7 extenders guys, the XZ package is almost irrelevant. And you even saw some of his fusions are irrelevant. He didn't summon them. Like, and you might think, oh, it's just one tournament. Guys, if you're not summoning a card in your extra deck like nearly every like tournament, like you should consider whether that space is wasted or not, you know? For example, he's probably got links coming up, but if there's no like Link Spider or Imduk or like Artemis, I'm just gonna be like, bro, like what? They're cards you could be using nearly every game. I'm pretty sure I use them nearly every game, and they're just Link 1. So like, at the end of the day, they're not really ever wasting a spot because they can always be useful. Link Spider's always good as well because in random matchups like Dinosaur, they give you a token. You can turn the token into Link Spider. When you get Nibiru, you can turn the you never really get Nibiru, but if you do, you can turn the token into Link Spider. Like there are so many applications of Imduk, Link Spider, and Artemis outside of like just Dark Magician stuff. Obviously, the Invoked engine complements Artemis heavily, so Artemis is not in here. I will be very concerned, but I'm sure it's coming up. So let's watch.
About this card. This is the prize card, right?
Yeah.
This guy yearned for this card for how many, 4 years?
Yeah, something like that.
This kid screamed when it finally came out. Yeah.
I was super excited. I was like, this card's broken.
It is really good. Yeah, I'll give you that.
For the links, Artemis.
Great, Artemis is there. I'm super excited. And yes, I was excited for Mindhacker to come out too, but it's just not that relevant, you know? It was relevant maybe in like 2016 or wherever it was a prize card, but unfortunately it's just not that good a card. It's a cool card, it's a fun card, you get to look at your opponent's extra deck. Maybe it'll be better in a later format, but even if we do play it, you have no way to make it turn 1. There is 0 way to make a rank 7 turn 1, so how do you get the value out of the card? The only way I can see you summoning Mindhacker is Eternal Souling out, Dark Magician your opponent's turn, they don't kill it, comes back to you, you Eternal Soul out, your second Dark Magician from wherever, and then you overlay them, right? So by the time you get to that play, that's turn 3 at a minimum. Who cares about banishing a card from their extra deck on turn 3? Like, they've probably already used all the relevant shit by then. I don't know, it seems like if you do want to play rank 7s in DM, sure, but play a build that is orientated around that instead of just playing the normal build and playing, oh, I got rank 7s in here. It's like, why don't you play the Dark Charmer? Why don't you play Celine? Why don't you play Access Code? Why don't you play a bunch of cards that are actually going to come up, like Blackluster, Link 3, and whatnot? Anyway, he's got Artemis. That's a good start. Let's go.
Artemis,
Yep.
Link Rebo, one Anaconda, the Celine, and the Access Code. The only ones I actually used today were those 2.
You never went an access code today?
Never went, didn't have to,
Right.
never had to. So
Okay.
Now, we know he used Artemis for Invoked Engine. I wonder if he knows to use it for the Rod stuff. Hopefully, but who knows? But yeah, there you go. Notice how he said he used Anaconda all day. Why wouldn't you play 2 then? You're playing Magicalized Fusion. You're playing like a stack of fusions in your extra deck. Are you not? Why wouldn't you play a second Anaconda? Play a second Anaconda, bro. I'm sure after this tournament, he's going to maybe reevaluate this list and probably change some stuff up. So I am hoping to see like an update from this list maybe later down the line. That would be really cool. Obviously, it's no biggie if it doesn't happen, but yeah.
for the side, 3 copies of Nibiru. Never used it. Never had to.
Did you ever see it?
Never had to.
No. Okay.
Never had to side it. 3 Droll. Came in clutch.
Really?
Yeah, just being able to shut down people is really good. 3 Cosmic. So this is mainly for Zombie World or the Virtual World continuous spell. I can't remember
The
name.
spell or the trap?
The spell. Both actually,
Kinglong?
but no, not that one. It's the other one. I don't know what it's
Oh,
called, but
Kowloon.
It is Kingling. Yeah, it is Kingling. Yeah,
okay.
Kowloon's it's the continuous one.
Okay.
3 Dark Ruler, which I did see, never used it. Every time I drew actually 2, and I actually sent both of them off of Souls to draw. So,
Okay.
And then for the last card, I run the 3 even match. This card came in clutch against Zombie Eldritch.
This is a really good side deck. I love seeing a side deck like this. Like, this just shows guy knows what he wants. 3 ofs, all meta relevant shit. Like, I love to see this, guys. This is an excellent side. So this guy actually seems like a decent Yu-Gi-Oh player. Maybe he's a little newer to the Dark Magician side of things, or maybe he just wanted to keep it a little traditional, you know, triple circle and whatnot. Either way, kudos to you for second place, Casey, I believe it is. This is a cool list, and I do hope you update it in future, because I think everyone would love to see an updated version later on the channel. But, yeah, no pressure, no pressure. Anyway, thanks for joining me today, guys. This was actually a very cool deck profile. Be sure to check it out yourself if you want. I'll have the link in the description. And everyone have a beautiful day.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed
The video!
And hey, how come some of y'all aren't subscribed, huh? I see y'all watching but not subscribing. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free and it does motivate me to make more videos for you all about our favorite guy, the Dark Magician, and all his companions. Have yourself a beautiful night, and I'll catch you all very soon. Bye-bye!